Hello everyone, welcome back to Shadow Tutor once again. This video will be a bit different because we're gonna be talking about beginner to late game guide, and I'll be explaining some of the system. So from the comment I read a bunch of time, it looked like some people have a bit of mix up with like the system of the game and stuff. So I'll be explaining everything in this video. So let's start off with the banner and which banner you should summon first. So here we are at the summon. So this is the summon place, and there's a bunch of banner inside. So there's a bunch of unit that is pretty useful in the update. So first thing first you want to do is you want to input the code. Some code is required level 25 and up. So you might have to play a little bit before you can put in the code. If you would like the code, you can check out the description of the video. I do have every code in the game that work currently there. So yeah, you can put in the code, you should get some puzzle, and you should be ready for summoning. So the two summon banner I would recommend is the Legend Fest banner. Most of the unit in the Legend Fest banner is a meta unit. So most of it is, but not all of it. So be careful. I'm not saying all of it is, I'm saying most of it is a meta. So yeah, so watch out a little bit for how it could work. So this one is pretty luck based because there's a lot of unit in here, and there's a low chance that you can get a super meta unit. Like you would be unlucky if you get King of Night, Gravity Admiral or something like that, because there's so little use. You won't use them a lot at all. So next up, the banner I really recommend if you don't want to risk it or you're not sure about your luck. I would recommend the Stardust Crusader banner. So Stardust Crusader banner have almost every meta unit in the game. Tamer Fugo, which is our Meguma, super meta. Ratio Sorcerer, once again meta. Volcano Curse, good dot unit. We also have Gojo, meta damage and meta support. Tamer Suguro, which is our Geto boy. He's meta in story mode, so he's very strong. We also have Pim, which is meta in healing. These three unit is good. Bloody Brother, good dot unit, good dot damage. And Ghost Speech can stun enemy, can also apply dots. So why are there two Ghost Speech on here? Yeah, there should only be one Ghost Speech. I don't know why there's two Ghost Speech. Mage Shout, also meta for story mode, for beginner. Even mid player use sometime. Tyrant Eye, her second evolution is very strong charm, so I recommend that. Tobara, very strong unit overall in Abyss. And we also have Half Elf and other unit that is pretty useful. So I recommend Stardust Crusader banner more than the Legend Fest, because Legend Fest you actually have to have a lot of luck. Like if you can get Denji, that would be nice because he's a money unit, or Capsule Girl, she's also a money unit. So there's a lot of unit I would recommend in here. Ratio Sorcerer, Card Fighter, in this one, Tawara, once again, May Shout also in here. Royal Girl, her evolution is pretty strong. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the banner. The other banner I would recommend you should summon them after you actually get the meta unit. So I'll be talking about the must-have unit in this game and what unit is a must-have and you should get. So the pity system. So the pity system, it worked like 50. So after you roll 200 times, so after you roll this, oh nice one, I got the world skin. So after you roll 200 times, you guarantee a LR unit. So you guarantee one of the legendary. So and it transfer. So some people might not know, but it does transfer. So after you roll up to 190, you can actually roll in other banner if you already have 3 of them. So if you already have 3 of them and you want someone else, you can actually go roll in the other banner for the LR unit. Yeah, so very interesting. I'm not gonna talk about the skin gacha because skin gacha is just a skin gacha. There's nothing much for it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the banner. And we also have one banner here, is the Soul banner. So I don't recommend opening Soul banner. There is one secret unit in Soul banner, and it's pretty low chance, which is our Wish Knight. Subaru from ReZero if my game decided to load. Yeah, so we have Subaru from ReZero. That is one secret unit, so he appear in the soul banner, and to get the soul currency you actually have to summon duplicate, and it used a lot to summon this, so I really don't recommend this. It probably is just only the last resort when you actually want that unit. So yeah, that's pretty much the banner system and everything, so don't worry much about the banner. Like I say, there's not much for you to have to worry about, and that's pretty much it for the banner. Let's go next to our laboratory. Okay, so here we are. As you can see, this is the laboratory. So for laboratory, we're actually going to be using it to evolve our unit. So some unit can have an evolution like Gojo and other legendary unit. Lower tier unit also have an evolution, so I would recommend like King of Night, Falcon Eye, which is Mihawk, Red Hair. So yeah, some unit will have an evolution, and I recommend to grind their evolution here. So yeah, it's pretty useful overall, and I really recommend to evolve some of the unit. And unit I would recommend for you to evolve as a starter. So as a starter, you can actually evolve Mei Shout, but I recommend to use his form 1. So I'll talk about it a little more later. But yeah, so you can evolve your unit here. Material, I'll talk about material later. So there's evolve unit there, and you can also craft unit. So let's talk about crafting unit. So there's plenty of unit here. What unit should you craft first? For mid game and starter, I would recommend as soon as possible try to get Shining Idol. Not too difficult to get, only 3.5k red ore, 500k gold, 15k secret crystal, 500 spirit, 7 idol poster, and only 1.5k purple orb. So very easy to get, and after you get her, the other two unit I recommend, very recommend you to get is Power Reaper and Lord Sombra. These two units will help you a lot. These two units will help you in damage grind especially. So whatever you need to evolve your unit, these two will come in handy. You can go watch my damage grind video. I use them a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the unit you have to craft. The other, you can craft whoever you like. So whoever you like after, you can craft. But these are the two unit I would, 3 unit I would recommend you to craft. Here we also have item creation. I wouldn't recommend you to use item creation, the alchemy system. The only time I would recommend you to use the alchemy system is when you can reward stuff. So like the broken heavenly spear to curse orb. So I would recommend doing this because broken heavenly spear actually have quite of a high chance to get in a stage. Something similar to crafting dark spirit when you need a conserve metal. So I would recommend actually doing this. It's pretty nice, pretty easy. So yeah, and the other stuff is also craft. You can check it out later. Okay, that's pretty much it for the laboratory. There's not much for me to say for the laboratory. It's pretty easy to understand for it. So let's get right into the adventure that you guys wanted. Okay, so here we are in front of the adventure gate. So here's the teleport room. Here we also have the abyss. So abyss is when you play up to layer 50, you can get one exclusive unit for that season. So I actually played this already, so I got the white Ichigo. You can check out the showcase if you like, if it's worth the grind. So you actually require plenty of unit to pass. So I'm not telling you it's not for beginner. And it's also super difficult for mid game. I would recommend it's pretty much possible for almost only late game. So yeah, quite unlucky. So here we are in the adventure room. As you can see, there's a lot of teleport room. So what do you do when you first start in? So let me explain it. So when you start in, you're probably going to be at chapter 1. And there's a select and a skip. So what's the difference between select and skip? So when you press select, you might see just the mist forest just 1. So super generic, you know. So mist forest 1, you can click and play. So what does the skip do? So the skip will actually skip the stage. So you don't have to play it one by one. So you don't have to play it 5 times. You can play it only 1 time and just finish the whole thing. So you can press the skip and just play it 1 time and skip the whole thing. So pretty easy, very fast for you to actually skip most chapter. I would say skipping chapter is easy up to around Demon Spider, and it's gonna start to get a lot more difficult up here. After Demon Spider, it's gonna start getting a lot more difficult. If you can't pass it, I don't recommend passing it, because skip actually increase the enemy health by like ×3 or more than that. So I wouldn't recommend if you can't pass it alone. So yeah, that's pretty much what skip is. So if you need help, you can find someone strong and actually just pass it easily. Just make sure you're a good support. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the story mode. So after you complete each chapter in the story mode, you're gonna unlock raid mode. So raid mode is actually where you find some of the crafting material. Like here you can see the ninja scroll, the sensu bean, fruit hat mask here, and we also have the hollow shard. So we have a lot of crafting thing. So yeah, there's a lot of crafting thing you can play. So I would recommend like doing the normal one if you're starting off, or you can try doing insane. Insane, there's a system there, so I'll explain it a bit more later after I finish explaining everything. So yeah, that's it for the raid mode so far. I'll come back to it later. So here we also have our event stage. So event stage will have like training field, boss rush that give grand token, the water drop, and unit to get Power Reaper. So if you want Power Reaper, you can actually play the boss rush a lot. We also have random unit that give the Sakura, which buff the flower of AWTD. We also get the corrupt fragment and blood tier, I think. Here we also have the element type, and these element stage is actually used for damage grinding. So I don't know how much time I have to be in there. So these were actually used for damage grinding. I'll explain about element later. Okay, let's go to the next one. Endless mode, very generic, as you know, it's just endless, nothing different. So we have endless spider forest, endless snow hill, endless random enemy, endless darkness tower. So very generic, very easy to understand. Here will be the difficult one, legend stage, not for beginner. I would say it's for mid player, but actually some beginner might be able to do it, but I wouldn't recommend, because you would start off with a starting cash that is quite low, and you shouldn't be able to get a lot of things from it from the start. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the for this stage. So I'll go more into insane and challenger for people that don't understand. So here we have insane. So insane ×3 gold EXP and item drop. Oh, another thing I want to mention before going to that is Metal Rush. Metal Rush is actually a stage for you to grind damage, and I'll talk about enemy and Metal Rush is different, so I'll talk about them later. So what's the difference between insane and challenger? So insane ×3 gold and item drop. So you're actually gonna get 2 extra items. So you're gonna get 3 items in total. So you're gonna get 3 items from clearing it in insane, which make your progress go a lot faster. And we have challenger. Win challenge to earn +1 item drop. And the special thing about challenger is you can only bring the unit in the category buff. So what is a unit in the category buff? So unit in the category buff, it's right there. So category buff pirate, category buff spiritual sensitivity. So how can I know which unit is buff in that category? So you go here in this unit, you press unit filter, you actually go to category, and you can look for it. So what did we say? Spiritual sensitivity, there we go. And this is the unit in the spiritual sensitivity. So we can use this unit in challenger. But you know, you can use any unit in insane, but you can only use those units in challenger. And another unit you can use in challenger is support unit. So what I meant by support unit is like unit that give you money, and unit that buff range or give you health to the base. So that's what I mean by support unit. For example, we have Pim. So Pim, she gives health to the base, so she considered as a support unit. So she can be place in any stage. We also have Idol, which is our money unit, so she actually give us money. You can place her at any stage. Also Dennis give us a ton of money, so any stage is possible. And what I mean by buffed range is Flower Magician. He can buff range. So yeah, that's pretty generic for most people. So yeah, you can use those unit, and you only have to win Challenger once. After you see that trophy up, you can go back to play Insane, and you will always get the +1 item. So you will always get the +1 item. After you beat Challenger, you can just go back to Insane and make your life easier. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the stage. I don't think there's anything else. I'll talk about the type of enemy now, why don't we? So we actually have a lot of different type of enemy. Let's see how many type we have. So we have ground, which is just normal walking enemy. We have fluid, which is a running enemy, so they run quite fast. They don't slow down anything. We have ambush enemy, which it will stun. It will have like a gun, and it will shoot our unit and stun our unit. It's not gonna kill. We also have resist unit. So resist unit will not get stunned by normal stun. It will only get stunned by charm, and it's not gonna get hit by flame or anything else. So nothing can affect them. That's much for the fluid. Let's see if we can find more. I think there's more here. Yeah, we have stunner. As some of you may know, stunner, it just explode itself and stun us. And we have healer, which just heal itself. You can stop it by using like a unit that apply damage over time to it. We also have the hidden unit. So hidden unit in this game work a bit different. So hidden unit in this game mean that they can dodge our move. So we need like a multi-hit unit, and the way you can know if your unit is multi-hit or not, you can there's a thing to enable is damage indicator. If it bounces a lot of time, that means that your unit is a multi-hit unit. I wish they add the filter to know which unit is multi-hit, but they don't have that one yet. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the enemy. I don't think there's anything else, and critical work different. So these guys work different. I'll talk about them later. The metal work different. We have flying, get hit by hill, and unit that can see hill. So that's pretty much it for the stage. I'll talk about our unit now. Okay, so here we are talking about our unit. So unit have a different category. As you can see, there's a C, there's R, there's SR, UR, SCR, which is secret, LR, and MR, which is the craftable. So unit in this game, an enemy have a thing called element. So as you can see, this is like the red element, the blue, and you can see which element win which. So if you use a blue unit to go fight a yellow unit, it's gonna do ×2 the damage. But if you bring a red to a blue unit fight, then your unit will do half of their damage. So that's a big loss. So you have to watch out for that and make sure that you bring the right color to the right stage so that it doesn't ruin your thing. But the support unit is fine in any color, so don't worry about support unit. Yeah, and we have a bunch of things to do. Let's pick one of our favorite. Just pick someone. I'll pick someone. So let's pick Kaneki then. So let's talk about this. So this is the category. Like I explained, different unit have different category. Unit also have leader buff, leader skill. So don't forget to check out the leader skill. Some unit buff different things, so I would recommend read the leader skill and set up your build properly. And some unit will also have passive. I'll talk more about passive later. And here we have stat, max unit, and upgrading. So most normal unit can actually go up to level 30. So level 30 is the max level for most unit. And we have hidden power here. So hidden power, there's actually an attack scale, range scale, and cost. Let's talk a little bit about this crystal first. I think it's called Miracle Crystal. So Miracle Crystal is used to limit break unit, and you can get these Miracle Crystal by doing the daily quest and weekly quest. So here, as you can see, it's right there. To complete 5 daily mission, you can get 1 Miracle Crystal, and here a weekly mission, 1 miracle crystal. So yeah, you can get miracle crystal from doing the daily and weekly, and you can limit break your unit. So when you limit break, it means like it say increase level max by 3, so your level will increase actually higher. So your unit can actually go up a much higher level, right? And you can also re-roll stat. Let me get someone I don't use. So you can also re-roll stat here. You can get these one from doing daily and all those kind of stuff. You can actually get a lot of them. Like you see here, I actually stack up a lot of them. And as you can see, the attack scale, range scale, and cost scale change. So I would recommend try to get attack and cost high in most of your unit, and get range more than 100. That's pretty much it that I would recommend to get a stat, and I'm rolling such a bad stat right now. Okay, I don't care, I don't use him anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much what I mean. And here, there's also cosmetic. So some unit will have the cosmetic icon. You can actually press the cosmetic, and as you can see, you can use the cosmetic. So yeah, you can use the cosmetic. It's pretty nice for most unit. So like you can see here, it's very nice. Some cosmetic is very good. I also want to talk about evolution. Like I'd say, some unit can be evolved, and another thing about evolution is you can actually revert them to their previous evolution, and some of the unit you would want to do that because some of the unit they're actually stronger in their old form. So like I say, the Mage Child, he's actually a lot stronger in his old form, but I can evolve him by pressing here. So when I press here, he's gonna be a CSR plus, but I don't like using him, so I'm gonna revert him back. So he's gonna be a SR, and like I say, you can change form in most of the unit if you already evolve them. So that's how you change form and stuff in the game. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the unit. So let's go to their passive. So there's a bunch of passive here. I'm not gonna explain all of them. I'm gonna explain the important one. So we have the resist. So what they mean by resist is resist unit cannot get stunned. So these unit cannot get stunned by the boss. These unit will actually will never get stunned from the boss hitting them and stuff. So it's very strong when boss can stun your unit. Here it's very important. So the other thing you can go look and read on your own because you can read, but here critical. So critical work different. So to beat the metal unit, to be able to hit the metal unit, you need a critical unit. So critical is actually chance based, and it's gonna deal 2.5 damage more than normal, but it's a chance based, so each unit have different chance to hit critical. So it's very vital to make sure what unit hit critical and what unit hit critical more and what unit hit critical less. So don't forget to look that up. And that's pretty much it for the important one. The other one you can actually go read on your own. It's very easy to understand and stuff. So next up is the category. Like I say, there's a bunch of category in the game. You can check it out on your own. So here is very useful. Unit type, you can actually find just one ground unit, just a ground unit, just a heal unit, a worker, which is pretty much a unit that can make money, a buffer. So here is all the buff unit, so they can actually apply buff to the enemy. So very nice. We also have healer, a unit that gives you health in game. We also have dot, which is damage over time, like flame, poison, bleed, those kind of stuff, cosmic. We also have summon, is a unit that can summon other unit to help. So very useful. Summon is actually the meta in the game. So most summon is meta in the game currently. And we have control, which is just giving debuff to enemy and slowing the enemy down. And that's pretty much it for the unit system. Let's talk more a little bit about material. So there's a bunch of material in game currently. As you can see, there's the metal and stuff. And those material you can actually get from playing the legend stage. I think I talked about this before, but yeah, most material can get from playing legend stage. I would recommend the crossover city currently because there are actually a lot of stuff you can get from crossover city. And best unit in the game, Visionary currently. For soloing like a lot of story mode, Visionary is definitely a required unit. not story mode, maybe raid mode. He pretty helpful. And I'll talk about daily quests a bit. So daily quests, as you can see, it gives you like the 3 reroll stat, 3 reroll stat, 15, 15. So there's also the extra quest, which is total upgrade unit, clear story, you collect unit, achieve level, reach day, just log in, total score. And we also have the event quest, which is clear wave, and event quests will be limited time, so it works differently. We also have the shop. Nothing special, just V-Bucks stuff. No, not V-Bucks, Roblox stuff. And I would recommend, if you can get VIP, get the VIP, because it actually gives you ×3. So very, very useful. So I would recommend for anyone who have Roblox and want to play this game, get the VIP. Currently we have the Battle Pass. So Battle Pass, you don't really need the exclusive one. The free one is also good if the unit is good. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for the lobby. Here we have AFK, very understandable, just AFKing in the server. And most of the material, you can check it out. It actually say where you can get them, and you can actually click the question mark beside them to know where you can get them. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the system in game. I'll talk about the system in the stage. Okay, so the stage that I picked to play is the Metal Rush unit. So let's go over the setting a bit. I would recommend to turn the VFX off because it could get very laggy when you go a while. If you like, you can also turn off the gotcha cutscene. I just turned it all off. I even turned show damage off so that I don't get laggy from a lot of enemy. You can turn the low graphic on too if you like, depending on what you're doing. So I'm playing on the Metal Rush stage, and like I say, it can only be damaged by a critical unit. And here I have one of the best critical unit in the game, or Ratio Sorcerer or Nanami. You actually have 70% chance to critical. And we're playing on Insane, because Insane system work like Challenger. Like I say, only Challenger, you can only bring the category buff unit, but Insane, you can bring anyone, but the system works similarly. So there's a ×2, you can click down here, you can get ×2, or if you have VIP, you can actually go to ×3. There's the auto skip wave, and there's the ability by friend. Ability by friend mean that you would allow, if your unit have an ability, your friend can actually press the ability for you. For people who's too lucky to press ability, and your friend can press it. So that's pretty much it for the ability, so let's start. So here I'm on ×3, but I turn off auto skip. So like you see here, it's a pretty luck based. Yeah, it's pretty luck based. I didn't turn on any game sound so that I don't get copyright, but it's pretty luck based. So I'm on ×3, and for Challenger and Insane, you will see thing on this. You won't see this in normal. You won't see this in normal. So this is only for Insane and Challenger, and your unit will actually have a food bar, and you can buy food by pressing here plus here, and you can buy some food here. The enemy is leaking because I'm not upgrading my unit, but yeah. So you can actually buy food there. So when you buy the food, you can either feed them by pressing no, I don't think you can press E for E is cancel. So you can feed them by pressing feed all. So when you press this, as you can see, the unit will be feed. And that's pretty much the basic combat in the game. That's pretty much it. And for Insane mode, you can actually, every 5 wave, you can actually select a buff. You can either select to boost your attack, boost your range and attack, but lower attack, or you can boost your damage over time, or you can boost your summon. So yeah, pretty simple, pretty basic, and that's pretty much all the system in the game. If you have extra question or you don't understand something, you can write it down in the comment below. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow for more. Thank you very much everyone for watching. Talk to you all later. Bye.